cardiac output. Okay, malita na. Okay, backflow. So the increase in left ventricular pressure causes momentary backflow of blood from the left ventricle to the left ventricle, which closes the left AV valve. Okay? So we all know, students, you have to emphasize that it's very important, student, that during ventricular systole, that the AV valves need to be closed properly. Huh? So dapat kung close yun na sila, it should be tight. Okay? Although in the left part, because of the strength of the left ventricle, there is a momentary backflow. But as much as possible, regurg backflow should not happen. So if there is significant backflow during systole, that is what we call regurgitation. So regurgitate ang heart rate. Okay? Is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing? Why do you think regurgitation is a bad thing? Ano naman? Regurgitation. Yes. Don't worry, I'll write it down. There will be regurgitation. Okay? So students, if you have mitral valve regurgitation, that is a bad thing because every time that there is regurgitation, it means that there is a diminish in your cardiac output. Okay lang kung ang regurgitation happens on the right side, but it is not likely. Ano hindi man likely ang regurgitation on the right side compared to the left side? Because, yes, the right side has more pressure compared to that of the left side. Okay? So, one. Therefore, ventricular volume remains unchanged during the first period of systole, which is aptly named isovolumetric contraction. So, during the first part of systole, students, there will be slight regurgitation, but there will be no change in the volume of the blood. Because that is the part of the contraction where there is still no movement of blood. Once getting ma-open ang imuhang kuwan, the pressure becomes so great that it opens the left cellular valves, or it opens the part of the aorta. It will, that tumamo, gawas ang blood sa heart. Okay, did you follow? So, let us discuss Frank Starling's law. Diba? I already discussed Frank Starling's law sa inyo. Wala pa in detail. Right? So, Frank Starling's law. So, doon kasi may gamit na ni Frank Starling's law. Lalo, very important na siya in cardiology. Frank Starling. None stop. Oh. Frank. Sali na sa akong keyboard. Oh. Damn that keyboard. Okay, Frank na siya. Frank. Like Frank. Like the higher years. Frank. Frank Starling's law. Kasi ganun importante yun sa Frank Starling's law. I don't think it's important. Why do you think Frank is important? Not the student, not that. This guy was Frank Starling. Because students, the principle around Frank Starling's law, it is a principle that revolves on the factors that determine cardiac output. Okay? So the heart becomes a problem when you don't have enough cardiac output. And to properly diagnose the problem of the heart, you need to go back and review which principle of Frank Starling's law has been compromised. Okay? So it is a set of principles that determine cardiac output. Okay? So it is a set of things, or it is a set of principles. Some of the principles, these four things needs to happen before, so that cardiac output can be achieved. Okay? So the left ventricle filling determines the left and diastolic volume, which is generally proportional to left ventricular preload. So, guys, ay sa magbasa niya. Ay murang complicated nila siya. Why sa mag-eraser ba? Pala mo, kantal sa ka-eraser. Okay, so, what comes in your mind if you heard the Frank's parents law? So, may mga inyong ba? So, first is preload. What comes into your mind if you hear the word preload?
Initial loading.
Initial loading. Okay, what else? Huh? Oh, before load, preload. Kaya ko post load. Diba? So first is preload. Ito na yung reason na hindi na ako uy, open na yung swine. Hindi na ako. Kung ako lang African swine sa swine pen yan. Okay, so preload. So what comes into your mind if you hear the word preload? Diba, we all know that that one ano yun lang, na-hard na gawin ko na. So students, preload is, from the word pre, it is the amount or the volume of blood that enters the chamber before contraction. So a good example of this is, di ba, naka-start niya. The left ventricular filling is determined, the end systolic volume. When you say preload, it is the amount of blood inside the chamber before contracting. So now, paano importante yung preload doon? Because if you're going to talk about the heart or the chamber itself, if that chamber only has 150 ml of blood, so before it has a preload of 150 ml, so ang may tabo na never do the students that its output will become 175. Ano man? Where did that blood come from? Remember that the heart, when it beats, it is in an enclosed environment. Blood only flows from one way, from the atrium. So the amount of blood that is inside the chamber during contraction is the preload. Preload is very important to this because your cardiac, your stroke volume will never exceed the preload amount. Because asa man ka ng blood, kung 150 lang ang nasa chamber, it's 150. Never din na siya mo, 175. Dok, bakit Dok? 140 lang ang gawas. Kung na example, if the preload is 150, the outside is only, the output is only 140. So, pila yung difference? 10 ml. Diyan na sa tamang problema ron. Where did that 10 ml go? Basta yung nag-regurgitation lang. Sige, nag-regurgitation. Ibalik na na lang. Backflow lang. Okay. Anong 10 ml lang? 10 ml. Do you know how much 10 ml is? Kung saan ka naghan? Wait. So little, right? So little. Okay? Multiply that by 60. Because students, always remember, that amount of blood has to go somewhere. So kung ngayon mo, the preload is 150, important na ngayon siya. But the output is only 140. The 10 ml, where did it go? Right? And remember students, this is per contraction. For every systole that happens, the NML is accumulated. And kapila ka mo systole sa usa ka minuto. How many times do you systole in 1 minute? Then you multiply that with 10 ml. Diba? Daghan na kay blood na napundo sa imong heart. That is why preload is one of the principles of Frank's Cardiac's law. That the amount of blood will always be equal to the amount of blood in the chamber before the contraction. contraction has begun. Not more, not less. Kaya if there is a masupra pabilin, that would mean there will be accumulation. Maybe daw regurgitation lang. Sige, kung given regurgitation lang siya, di balik pa siya ng hang. That would be okay for a while. But eventually, the accumulation of fluid, that deficit in fluid will catch up with the heart. And once that happens, students, that will cause to a condition called, what do you call? There is accumulation of fluid inside the blood vessel. Congestion. So congestion will become congestive heart failure. Okay. So, what's that? Preload is important. Next is, what's the sunod principle ni Frank Starling's law? So changes in any systolic volume and stroke volume is called the Starling's law of the heart. The Starling mechanism is critical for moment-to-moment adjustment of stroke volume. So butang na ito na ay 10 ml. Sige, kung 10 ml lang, sa sunod anak, base, kung saka ang iyong cardiac output in order to eliminate that 10 ml. Okay? By the way, students, how do you determine that ml? Like, kung gawa sa blood, sa mga exam na ito na that is called your 2D echogram. 2D echo. O na, kung yung mga parents masakit sa heart, they always request for a 2D echo because they want to determine the amount of stroke volume per chamber of the heart. So it's a form of ultrasonography. So they use an ultrasound to determine an ultrasound that is synchronized with your heartbeat. So they want to know the amount of blood that enters and leaves each chamber of the heart during the Dinani phase. Okay, so preload is important. How gani? Come on. Very good. So the next principle is ako na lang nag-ikuan ha, i-shorten eh. Kung sunod taan eh, mag-ibo mo ha. So, filling time. So, what's the difference between preload and filling time? What's the difference between preload and filling time? Isa kapas-pas Isa kapas-pas, so it's a measure of speed, delay, measure of time. Okay? Students, preload is, let's go back to your one. Ako na nag-irisa, nakasamot lang sa preload na lang. So, filling time na sila. Okay, filling time. So, when you say filling time, students, so sa filling time, it is a unit of time. So, it is the given amount of time where the chamber that you're talking about is filled with blood. Diba? Always remember, students, a quicker, higher heart rate is not always equate to increase in cardiac output. Diba? Ano naman? Because the heart chamber needs time to be filled with blood. So if pas-pas kayo imuhang cardiac output, no filling time always equates to increase in cardiac output. That is why athletic people have higher or lower heart rate. They actually have lower heart rate. Okay? Usually, mga athlete, naroon na sila sa 50 to 60 beats per. Ilan ba yung normal galing? 60 to 100 tao. Dok, ano tao man kung ibasihan? Di ba iro? Ikaw ganahan sa iro, the bigger the animal, the slower the heart rate. And kumawabi ako ang iro. Na ay Great Dane na 50 kilos, nasa Chihuahua na almost less than a kilo. So, mag-vary bari-bari siya. So, atong basihan, tao lang ha. Because kasagaran tao, mao naman, unless of course, there's always an exception to the rule, but the average person does not vary that great or greatly. Ha? Okay. So, when you're talking about mga athletic people, they actually have lower heart rate because they have greater filling time. So, filling time is the amount of time needed for the chamber to be filled with blood. Okay? So, example, if you are tachycardic, what happens to your filling time? Higher or lower? Lower. Huh? That is why students, it's not advisable to drink that much coffee because if your heart rate becomes 200, wala na yung feeling time may tabo. Okay? Wala na yung feeling time may tabo. Example, if your heart rate is 120, makuyapan na ang tao. Ano man? Ano makuyapan mo sa dog? Paspas na yung heart titik. Magkano ang cardiac output sila naman ka sa brain? Because refilling time is compromised. Okay? So, what do you call medications that promote filling time? Chronotropes. Diba? Nakalawa naman ang word na chronotropes. Chronotropes. Pimobendan is a chronotrope. Diba? Mahina yung heart rate, but mahina na siya. In order to promote filling time. Because faster does not always equate better. Okay? Next, principle of Starlitt's law is preload, filling time, then compliance. Unsa man ang compliance to? Compliance is the ability of the chamber to what is compliance? The ability of the chamber to stretch, to accommodate additional blood by stretching. Okay, so stretch siya. Without compliance, what happens to the preload? High or low? Low. Low ang preload nimo. If you are non-compliant or walay compliance. Okay? So, let's apply this to your students. That is why cardiomegaly does not always equate to high cardiac output because your preload will decrease with decreases in compliance. Remember, your blood is filled with, or your chamber is filled with blood before contraction. So, if the chamber is filled to the brim, mapuno na siya, that chamber can actually expand. That ability to expand to accommodate even more blood is called compliance. So, yun lang po siya. Okay. Second year test. Okay? They don't know what error is right for now. Okay? Nalabas na. Ha? Online. Online na yun. Luminat. Siyempre na sila. Diba? Asa ba ba na? Anyway, pasabda na lang nila. Okay? So, compliance ka na itong history and students. That is why cardiomegaly or thickening of the heart chamber is bad because it decreases the compliance. Less ang compliance, less ang preload. Okay? In the end, preload na yung may historyaan na to sa Frank Starlitt's law. But i-add na lang na sila ng principle because they are related to one another. Okay? And lastly, nano kayo compliance? Important? The stretch. Stretching, right? And lastly, the most important one is contractility. What is contractility, students? The strength or the force exerted by the myocardium during the systolic phase. Ano na to? The strength of the myocardium during the contractile phase. Okay? So, the myocardium needs to contract powerfully in order to expel all the fluids found in the chamber, so that it has to have it needs to have proper contractility. So what do you call medications that improve contractility of the heart? Very good. You have your inotropes. Some examples of your inotropes. So, ngayon mo positive chronotrope, positive inotrope. Some example of positive inotrope and positive chronotrope. So, you have your adrenergics, epinephrine. At epinephrine, pupas-pas ang heart rate. Pupas-pas ang core. Maka-feel ko kasi mo, boom, boom, gana-ana. So, that's a positive inotrope and a positive chronotrope. Ngayon, ganit negative chronotrope, but positive inotrope, it increases increases refilling time, but it also increases the contractility. A good example of that is your PEMO, PEMO, and that. Okay? That is why, students, if you are suffering from congestive heart failure, you are given a positive inotrope but a negative chronotrope. So literally, hinay yung heart, but once you contract siya, very strong. So that it can eliminate the excess, or the chamber could be filled with the excess fluid, and once it contracts, it eliminates all the excess fluid. So congestion will not happen. Okay? Did you follow so far? So it's a law morning 4 principles of Frank Starling's law. So students, so what's in the libro? The Frank Starling's law is in a paragraph form. So you need to understand and integrate these 4 principles into the law. Okay? So, ang sabot naman ako sa explanation, inyuhan na sa ng job how to integrate these 4 principles. Okay? Di man na ako matulog. It's a law. Di man na ako really change. These things are there to help you understand Frank Starling's law. Okay? But nakasabot naman nga ako. No questions? Okay? Kung sige kayo objective ni Frank Starling? The principles that determine cardiac output. Right? And do you agree these 4 principles determine cardiac output? Right? So very important in Frank Starling. So, another deal. Ventricular preload, ventricular refilling time, ventricular contractility, and ventricular compliance. Okay? Now, does this only apply to the left or right ventricle? Yes, they only apply to the ventricles. Gano'n din ba sa ma-apply sa atriums? The atrium has been known to have very poor contractility. Okay? Hindi na sila known na contract pa tayo. Okay? Any questions so far? So, ako na lang i-discuss preload. So, preload is related to the cardiac performance from Starling's law of the heart. An increase in preload diminishes the force of ventricular contraction and therefore decreases stroke volume. Okay? Always remember, students, that the heart is also reactive. So may pasabutan na no? If you are only a very small preload, a proportional contraction will also happen. Meaning, the force of contraction is also determined by the amount of blood inside the chamber. Okay? Next is okay, so more preload. So therefore, increase in ventricular preload causes an increase in end diastolic volume. Obviously, like I said, ako naman nag-explain na the amount of diastolic and diastolic volume that happens is determined by the amount of blood that is present in the chamber during contraction. Okay? So, kamo na lang ito na ha. Okay? Kamo na lang determine na lang. Okay? So, in starting states that the heart will eject a greater volume if it is filled to a greater volume. So, mora dyan na ang period. Okay? Refilling time, one of the primary factors to consider is filling time, which is the duration of ventricular diastole. Like I said, the quicker the muscle is relaxed, the ventricle is relaxed, the higher the refilling time. By the way, students, look, gano'n man dok musod man ang blood during refilling time? Ayun pa. 45. Woo! O sa may pasabutan na guys? Kanina bro. Why do you think that the blood will enter the chamber during refilling time? Dok, ano po? Enter mo sa during relaxation, not during. Isa tininom negative pressure. Isa tininom ikaw Dr. Gomez, that is correct. Because nothing actually enters during systole. Because during systole, the ventricles have a positive pressure and the quad. So, lang palitan na ba? Okay, so during systole students, the positive pressure in the ventricles prevents the blood from entering the quad. Diba? Always remember ha? It's still a pressure, so it goes from higher concentration to lower concentration. That is why during systole, we close the ventricle because this has higher pressure to prevent blood from going to an area of high pressure to low pressure back to the atrium. Okay? So during relaxation, balisay, the ventricles has decreased pressure, although the atriums have increased pressure. Ano man mo increase man ang pressure sa atrium? Aside ng contraction slightly, blood from the vena cavas enter the atrium, right? Once the volume of the atrium is decreased, pressure increases. That is why all high pressure of atrium during contraction, it will go to the ventricle. Okay? Then the amount of time your heart is relaxed, it is the amount of time that makasod ang blood. So decrease in time, like I said, means decrease in refilling time. Okay? Did you follow? Okay, so that's, I think, any questions so far? Nakasabot na Frank Starling's law? Yes, it sounds complicated, but if makasabot mo, peanuts ang Frank Starling's law. Ang problema mo sa Frank Starling's law sa books, it is, nigamit siya mga terms na naglibog sa gamis mo, maglibog sa ka. But it actually just revolves around this principles. Okay? So you just listen to the explanation, makuha ka na ito. Okay? And if now may question, you will always ask me. Okay? So, any questions? So, I will see you again this Thursday.